Let's go. It's your boy Raphael Sam Crow back with another review video. I wasn't sure whether I should do this review considering it's been like weeks since the release of the Rebel Moon Director's Cuts. And with everyone having done their reviews and whatnot, I didn't think that I should do this review, but I don't know. Something just said that I should. So I'm just going to throw out there what I thought about the director's cuts and what I look forward to in the future. The director's cuts of Rebel Moon, the first part 1, Chalice of Blood. I liked that it had a different opening. I liked that it had a different opening. It gave him more depth into the soldier that immediately turned against his fellow Imperium soldiers at Veld, the farm. It made me understand him more, why he turned against his fellow soldiers in Veld. And I must say that opening was brutal and unsettling, considering that the soldiers were holding the women and stripping them naked, and then the scribes branded them with that iron thing, basically enslaving those priestesses. The action is great, the dialogue is good. It's a massive improvement from the Chalice of Blood is a massive improvement from A Child of Fire. It's a very massive improvement, and I like that it is even longer because it allows for the story to be told entirely without leaving anything out. Sorry. It allowed the story to be told in its entirety without leaving anything out. The backstories, the character developments, and whatnot. The additional scenes, as well as the slow motion, was not as noticeable in the director's cuts as it was in the theatrical cut. It was not as noticeable as it was. Everything just went naturally smooth. There were I didn't find myself looking through my phone while the movie was playing. I was engaged, fully engaged. Also, it also revealed more about Admiral Noble and how evil the guy is. I mean, in the opening scene, he made that boy Iris, he made him kill his own father right in front of the family with the promise of sparing his mother and his 2 sisters. Then the guy just, after they took him away, Atticus dug into the father's brains. And it deserved. This movie deserved its R-rated rating. So he turned around and then just killed the mother and the 2 sisters. So agreeing with her when she said there is no honor in him. He agreed, and then boom, he killed her. Now, let's talk about the sex scene. The sex scene was, I will have to admit, for me it went a bit too long. I mean, the first few seconds was okay. I mean, the first minute of it was fine. The first few seconds was fine, but for me it went too long. I wish that he would have cut the sex scene, and then skip it to where they were lying together on the bed and Cora was thinking, then up and left. But yeah, they went all the way, they finished, and blah blah blah. So the sex scene for me was it was okay at first, but I ended up feeling slightly uncomfortable. Yeah, I think maybe it's because I was watching it with my brother and my father. I just felt comfortable as it went along. So yeah, there's that. The killing of Sindri. Brutal. He swung the cane into his head, and then when he pulled it, stuck in the side of his head. It stuck there, and then when he pulled it out, Sindri was turning. You could see the brain inside there. I'm like, shit, damn. I'm like, damn. Then he continued to bash his head, and then when the wife went over, they first cut off her arm, and then they sliced her back, killing her. So yeah, that was awesome as well. Yeah, I like that. I like that it's a rated R. It lived up to it. It was indeed made for the adults. It's an adult version, no question. Curse of Forgiveness. I must say I did not enjoy Curse of Forgiveness as much as I did Chalice of Blood, but it was good as well. They expanded the characters. Yeah, back to Chalice of Blood. I liked that they showed how they met Nemesis. I liked how they showed that. Everything just makes so much sense in the director's cuts. So much sense. In the Case of Forgiveness, again, sorry, back to Chalice of Blood. At the opening scene, that little guy that exploded, sacrificing himself to protect the royal family. I must admit, that touched me. That touched me a bit. Considering that it's clear that they have this connection, this familial connection between them when they put their heads together, and yeah, I did feel that. Yeah, it was a cool scene. And then the Hamada fight scene against Nemesis, that was also cool. Lot of new details in all of this. A lot of new details. I do hope that Hamada's offsprings do survive that harsh climax environment. I do hope they survive it. And if they do survive it, there was that one little spider kid that took one last look at him at its mother dying, being killed by Nemesis, and then it went off with its siblings. So a lot of new details in the director's cuts. I like them. I liked it a lot. And then there's this more explanation into the Kali. Every time a world is destroyed, or it makes the dreadnought jump from one space to another, it's tear. It cries, right? And the tear, you can see the tear if you look closely. The tear in the tears, it looks like a galaxy of some sort, if you look at the tears, you can see that it looks like galaxies. So yeah, I enjoyed I enjoyed them. I enjoyed them more than I did the theatrical cuts. I felt it left me feeling satisfied, but still wanting more. I do hope they do. I do hope they do make the third installment of Rebel Moon. But in this making of Rebel Moon, I do hope they go straight into an R-rated version of Rebel Moon and not make it a theatrical cut and then a director's cut. No, at some point it gets annoying. And granted, it's not Zack Snyder's fault. It's not his fault. It's how they chose to operate with him from Warner Bros. Now in Netflix. It's how they chose to operate with him. I don't know why. I don't know. I just wish that they would give him the freedom to do whatever he wants to do with his movies without limiting him or telling him to do this and that. Zack Snyder's director's cuts, they never disappoint. In my opinion, they never disappoint. Because those director's cuts, they are his true vision of the movie he is doing, his true vision. Look at Man of Steel, how it did in the box office. It was a box office success, and it has no director's cuts. You see, look at 300. 300 does not have a director's cut. Look how well it did with a small budget, even. You see. And Army of the Dead, even though most consider it a bad movie, I enjoy Army of the Dead, and I continue to watch it on repeat. And it was successful enough for Netflix. Planet of the Dead is on the way. Army of Thieves was a massive success, even more successful than Army of the Dead. And you see, so I cannot wait for Planet of the Dead and the animated series Lost Vegas. I don't know this rumor that says that Netflix has cancelled the Armyverse. Until Netflix announces it or Zack Snyder confirms it, I will not believe the rumors. So you can say whatever you want. Yeah, I cannot wait for those coming installments. So yeah, so I hope that in the part 3 of Rebel Moon, if they do it, hopefully they do make a third installment of Rebel Moon. If they do, they need to let the man do his work. They need to don't limit him, just let him work. You see, it does get annoying when there is a theatrical cut and then there's a director's cut. Just let it go forward. Let it be straightforward. Yeah, so those are my thoughts. Case of Forgiveness, it was also good. The additional scenes were good. The additional minutes added in the assassination of the royal family, the king, the queen, and the Princess Issa. Yeah, the additional minutes, it was good, leading up to that assassination, how Korra was roped into this assassination of the Princess Issa and the king and the queen, and then they turned against her, making it look like she killed them all. Hence now she is wanted. Now the question is, why? Why did Belisarius frame Korra? Why? Why? Because they could have. Oh, I think they looked for someone to blame. Cora was the scapegoat. Okay. I think I get it, but if I'm wrong, please post the comments below. Post your comments below and correct me. But I think they used Cora as a scapegoat. They needed someone to blame for the assassinations. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, the fight scenes was okay. The fight scenes were good. The fight in Veld was good. Yeah, it was a massive improvement from the theatrical cuts, and I enjoyed them. I'm going to watch them again. Yeah, those are my thoughts on Rebel Moon, the director's cuts. If you enjoyed my reaction, if you enjoyed my review, please like and subscribe, comment and share. Let me know what you think, where you disagree, where you agree, what have I missed, and you know what not. Yeah. There you have it. Yeah, I think that's all. That's all. Oh, and recent news. James L. Jones had passed away a few hours ago. I found out last night. Yeah, it's a sad time. All year the legends have been passing away. All of 24, from Carl Weathers to Bernard Hill. Who else? Bernard Hill and others more, and now James L. Jones, who voiced Darth Vader and Mufasa, and was the king of Zamunda in Coming to America. So yeah, he will be missed. May he rest in peace. He will never be forgotten. Yeah. With that being said, 1,000 subscribers, guys. Let's hit the mark. Spread the word. Let your friends know about me. Tell them to subscribe as well. To those who have subscribed, thank you for your support. I appreciate it, guys. Salutas.